Mr. Odenigbo, I'm just a little curious, though. What are the, or what would you say is the criteria that you have for the list of ministers?
Well, you know, for everybody is different, but we are saying this thing because of the basis upon which this administration came to power. You know, a lot of Nigerians are optimistic. They are looking for a fresh of breath air. And then when you look at that list, everybody's like, oh, the same old, same old, same old, same old. So the criteria, of course, on constitutional requirement, you must be a citizen of Nigeria. You must have the competencies and the capacities to discharge your duties as assigned by the Constitution and the President, and the discipline for which you are going to be assigned to. And also, there's some integrity aspects. There's some moral turpitude that you must exhibit. And when you have people that even have scandalous allegations that are still lingering over their head, I don't think that for the claim of change, that you need such individuals to becloud a fresh administration.
So let me get this straight. For you, it is not exactly, you've mentioned quite a number of things now, but for you, it's not exactly a question of their capacity to deliver. It's about moral issues or other, perhaps legal issues hanging over their necks. That's the issue that you have with the list?
I said I have issues with both the timing and the capacity of some of the nominees.
But
capacity
so far you haven't, just a moment, so far you haven't, you did say that, but so yes. far, you also talked about, you know, the president not bringing in anybody from the past administration, that's on the other hand. But so far so good. You have not been able to point out anybody on that particular list who doesn't seem to have the capacity to deliver. What you have been able to make out, or what you have been able to say, is that they have moral issues hanging over their necks. That's what you've been able to point out.
Well, Mope, I don't know if you want me to go through the list one by one. You have seen the list. I've seen the list. And what I'm saying is that in a country of 170 million people, we have the benefit of having the greatest number of youth graduates in the continent of Africa. There are so many Nigerians that are capable of doing this job. Why not give them the opportunity? Why not have a fresh of breath air? Why not bring some other new Nigerians? Let them be part of this change.
You did say when you were speaking,
he should bring folks from the.
Just a moment. When you were speaking, you did say that the president has run. This is the 4th time, and he clinched it the 4th time, and that there are people who would have worked with him in his campaign organization, people he ought to have met. Now, if these people, you've seen the list, I have seen the list, worked with him to actualize his dream, are you saying then that he doesn't trust their capacity to be able to deliver with him in his cabinet?
Well, when you've made a promise to Nigerians that your government is going to be a free government, a government free of corruption, now the time has come for you to show that you have the courage. You have the courage to take somebody over political patronage. It takes a lot. Yes, some people work for the campaign, but that doesn't mean that you definitely have to choose those individuals that work for your campaign. We need to look at Nigerians that are capable, Nigerians that will spend more time focusing on the business of Nigeria rather than the issues of allegations hanging over their head. That is what I'm saying. The government is already taking so much time. We don't have time to start again beclouding the nomination of these candidates with the issues that they have in their various states or in their various lives. We don't have that time. That is what I'm saying.
Let me try and understand something. Are you suggesting that if they've got allegations against them, what happens? They shouldn't be picked, or they should step aside? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. You know, and I know that an allegation is not a conviction. But what I'm saying is that let's just set aside the National Assembly, for instance. If we go to the various states of these nominees and we pick a jury from their various states, how many of these individuals on this list do you think will be affirmed by the jury from their own state? How many?
But speaking about states,
we're even hearing objections from the various states on the nominees. on some of the nominees. Some of the states are rejecting that they are not their favorite nominees. But what I'm saying is, do we have that luxury of time? We don't.
But Mr. Odenigbo, these things you're talking about, let's not forget it happened in your own party not long ago. When your party chose ministers, you had several states that said, look, this man is not from our state. But your party went on with him as minister, even 2 occasions. So what's different and what's the hue and cry? Because what you say is happening now, some of them happened when your party was in power.
Well, does that make it right?
No, I'm asking you. You're using that as a yardstick. And so if you've done it, you're asking somebody else not to do it. So you did something that wasn't right.
Well, one of the good things about democracy is that we refine our process as we go along. So we are hoping that some of the mistakes that the PDP made that led to their losing losing power, that the subsequent government will attempt to correct some of those mistakes. And citing that PDP made the same mistake and therefore we continue on the same path, I don't think it's a legitimate argument, because the bottom line is that we must move forward. We can't continue to go back to where we were. We must look forward. And I believe that when the Nigerians voted for this administration, they voted the government with the hope and the anticipation of moving forward.
You know, the good thing here is acceptance of that mistake by the PDP at that point in time. But another thing here is that you have also said that it is important that we move forward. Quite frankly, would you have been able to say this to your party at that point in time that, hey, wait a minute, we're making a mistake here. Can't we do what we would love to see every other person do in other climes? Did you do that? Did you put that forward as a party? As a party man?
Well, you know, there are a lot of reasons that lead to a political party losing a power, and winning and sustaining power for the past 16 years was a challenge on itself. And I'm sure with the Ike Ekweremadu committee that they have recognized some of these mistakes that have been made, and recommendations have been made. And I'm sure that the party will be adopting these new recommendations to make sure that such things doesn't happen again. However, whatever recommendations that were made to the party during the time that we're in office, we can't come here now and start saying that we did that or we should have done this. Yes, we've lost the power. APC is in charge. We just say that we're saying that they should move forward and take the country to the next level. And if in the event that they lack the capacity to do that, which is what we are seeing now, there is nothing wrong to apologizing to Nigerians that the work is greater than what we thought.